This planted 10-gallon tank is due for a water change, and although the plants and shrimp and fish are doing fine, and I'm having very little difficulty with algae, I see that the Anubias on the right is not exactly grasping that piece of driftwood as it should. You can see with the filter on, it does move about quite a bit. I see that the thread that I used to tie it to the driftwood is coming loose. So I'm not sure if the plant will grasp the wood or should really be retied to some driftwood. So I'd like to take the opportunity to rearrange some things in this tank and see if I can incorporate some of the plants that I saved from my previous aquascape in a holding tank. My intention was for this flat piece of driftwood to act as a ledge where Amano shrimp could come and get some sinking pellets. I see this time one of the two Amano shrimp is getting some of those pellets, but the white clouds are quickly devouring it as well. I probably gave them too much this time, so I'll suck some of that up rather than allow it to fall off the driftwood and go to waste. But normally I just give them a few pellets and the white clouds usually devour it before the shrimp discover it. So oftentimes, about every other day, I add some pellets to the inside of the large piece of driftwood where the fish aren't likely to find it, but hopefully the shrimp will. Get rid of some of the excess here. This is the 10-gallon tank I set up just temporarily to hold the plants from my previous aquascape. Apart from the dwarf Sagittaria and the broadleaf Sagittaria, I have several Anubias barteri, a couple different variants, probably the normal Anubias barteri and the Anubias nana. Also, in this jar with some potting soil, I have some hairgrass. Also in the jar is some pearlweed. It's doing better than I expected. So I've attached the Anubias nana to these driftwood ornaments with super glue gel, and that's working out pretty good. Over here we have some Java moss that's doing quite well, and this Anubias barteri has overgrown the little driftwood ornament, but it still supports it. So I was thinking of removing that driftwood from the slate, and then I can use all three Anubias ornaments in my latest aquascape, along with the other smaller plants that I have. As it turns out, the Anubias on the right is beginning to grasp this piece of mopani driftwood with its roots. So rather than switching that piece of wood out, I tied more Java moss to the wood with the plant, kept it in its spot, trimmed a few of the damaged leaves off of several Anubias and dwarf Sagittaria. So that's the only change I've made right now. I'm very pleased that the broadleaf Sagittaria is making a comeback. It's pretty much indistinguishable from the dwarf Sagittaria right now. But as it grows, it should have broader leaves than the other ones. It's right in the center there. That's the broadleaf Sagittaria right there. Here's a look at the overall scape at this point. I didn't make a lot of changes. It's just a matter of maintaining the scape. But I believe as the dwarf Sagittaria and Java moss fill in, it'll look even better.